And we start.
Chaos has already ensued, ladies and gentlemen.
Indeed.
All right. Welcome to our first game of our 4th Age Wheel of Time campaign. Are you guys excited?
Jeez.
Yeah. So much enthusiasm. It's early in the morning. I obviously chose a bunch of players who are morning people. This is going to be excellent. Yeah, so I am really ready to lose my shit if we don't get started. So I'm going to just go jump into it. And here we go. The Wheel of Time turns as ages come and pass. This age, called the 4th Age by some, is a new age in the lace of time. In this age, a wind begins to blow eastward along a path known as the Camelin Road, passing caravans of steam wagons hauling goods and people between the temporary capital of Andor, Whitebridge, and the old capital. The wind continues along the paved road past the old capital, where both humans and Ogier work eagerly at the final touches of construction, preparing to officially reopen the city in less than 1 year for the centennial celebration of the victory of the light over the Dark One. From there, the wind turns slightly northward past vast farmsteads, preparing for their day's labors under the early summer sun in order to feed the population of the Eastern Bloc nations. The wind passes the smoking peak of dragonmount and the island city of Tarvalon, venturing into the territories of the borderlands, traveling through the state of Shainale. It breathes through the trees of the wilderness, free from the blight that had plagued the forest since the time of the breaking. Finally ends its journey swirling in the lake of a valley between several looming mountains in the northern part of the state of Malkier. Before it dies down, it sees the sun cresting over the mountains, shining its light upon the lake fortress of New Hope and the shore-bound city of Hope Town. There are neither beginnings nor endings to the Wheel of Time, but this is a beginning. And this is the lovely art that the wonderful Tree X made for us of New Hope. Yeah. So as we open the scene, it is the sun has just come up. It's very early morning on a holiday. So we will talk about the holiday in a second. But we are in the town of New Hope. It is one of the original outposts that was created as the Borderlanders were starting to head back and hunt down Trollocs and other blight creatures right after the last battle, in the years following the last battle. This was the northernmost outpost that was set up. The fortress was built out on the lake for the protection, but as time has passed in the last almost century, it grew and has overflown onto the shores where Hope Town now exists and is continuing to expand that part of the town. We start the morning as the way gate opens, that is just outside of New Hope, and one of our travelers is exiting the way gate. Ertum, will you describe yourself, please?
Yes, thank you. Ertum is just like this 40-year-old, like kind of a mid-brownish, darker skinned man from Ibudar. He's got traveling clothes on. It's not anything, but you can tell that he's like a former military man, soldier. He's just very basic, what you would consider just traveling pack, very light, lightly packed down. Black hair, just like a little bit like white, so he's like kind of getting on. Like, why is he traveling is what you're thinking of. Like, what's going on here? And as he's like stepping through the way gate, he kind of looks back. And if you look back, it's actually, you see it's the picture of Ibudar behind him. And he's just kind of looking at it and just kind of almost as if he's sad, as if he's leaving it behind.
And the guide who walked you through will, all right, well, hope you guys had a great trip. You know, that was just a couple of days and made it all the way here. And, you know, that's your first time traveling by Waygate, Ertum, right?
You said a couple of traveling days. You said, are we by Waygate or by Ways?
Waygate. Oh, yeah,
okay.
By the ways. Sorry, the ways. Yeah.
By the ways. Okay. All right. That's a little bit a little different. So changing that back. Yeah. Traveling, you know, just looking back and just kind of like, Hold on a sec. Let me. Yes, of course. I mean, it was okay. I mean, I've never traveled to it. How do the ways look like now after
They're
100 years?
clean. It's beautiful inside. The trees have started to bloom since the ways have been cleansed. And yeah, it's bright, sunny, just kind of an ambient light coming out of the gates, the ways, that thing.
It is amazing. I cannot believe that we traveled so far. And as I look back, it's the same outside. It's just as beautiful.
Yeah. Well, good luck with your new adventures. And you know what? Look me up if you ever decide you need to go somewhere else. So great traveling with you.
I look back at him and say, I will never be going back.
All right. Well, there's other places you could travel. Anyways, you know, this is my stomping grounds. I come back here all the time. So hit me up if you need anything. And he takes off into the streets of Hopetown. And from there, where are you hoping to go?
I go straight into Hopetown, and just because that's the only place to go from right here. And I'm going to be right now probably try to find a place to sleep, to drop my gear and just kind of get my feel of where to start my new life. Awesome. Essentially.
All right. So as Ertum goes in search of a place to put down his gear and potentially rest his head, we are going to move into New Hope, into the barracks of the Black Owls, not the Black Crows, the Black Owls, where the breakfast is being served at the tavern part of the barracks. And at this point, Avorie, get that one right? Yes. I've been working on it so hard. Avorie, please describe yourself.
Avorie Sandovna is 32 years old and is a lifelong adventurer in what used to be Kandori Wilderness along the Blight. So has a somewhat solid, sturdy frame, but not really muscular, kind of wiry. She's about 5'8" with like a pixie cut, kind of short, shaggy brown hair. At some point was in a scuffle with a major creature. And so she has a formidable scar running from her left eyebrow down across her cheek, down towards her jawline. And she has light colored amber eyes and kind of medium tannish skin because she spends a lot of time outside. And yeah, that's what she looks like.
All right. And Avorie is sitting at a table with two of her buddies from the Black Owls, Asen and Kibrit. And one of the servers comes over and, yeah, Asen, Kibrit, Avorie, hey, good morning. Happy holiday. So happy.
Good morning.
You know, you guys slept in a little bit. This is great. What would you like for breakfast?
Whatever's hot and ready.
Well,
I had a little too much to drink last night.
Oh, all right. So how about some bacon and sausage and eggs, just something really greasy to soak that up?
Sounds great. And some cough, please.
Some calf? Okay. We can get you some calf. We got a shipment in yesterday from the Shanshan territories. So nice and fresh for you. Asen, Kibrit. Oh, yeah. Oh, God. I'll have the same thing. Oh.
I had to drink these two under the table last night to show them that size does not matter. And they're paying for it today.
Oh, God. Avorie, you're the
Once
worst.
again, I don't know when you're going to learn your lesson. When are you going to learn?
Next time, maybe? I don't know.
You said that last time.
I'm thinking about entering the drinking contest during the carnival today, but hair of the dog, I guess. Oh.
I would recommend not. I would love that bacon now, thank you.
All right. And she walks away just laughing and shaking her head. And then Brit's just gonna like pound Asen on the back and deliberately trying to make his headache worse. Yeah, so excited for all the festivals today. So now that the rods have finally been cast and we have King Telio to replace King Bukama. Very, very exciting day for the territories of the Borderlands.
I think it's just going to be another day. You know that Gara is going to come in here and expect us to do extra stuff.
Well, I mean, that's kind of a given, but he did give us the day off.
For now. What happened the last time there was a festival? Look what happened the last time.
Well, just because there was a Trolloc attack the last time there was a festival doesn't mean it's going to happen today. I mean, we're always on duty when we're here, right?
I guess. Where's my bacon?
Give Chef a chance to cook it up. Gosh, you're always so hungry.
Always hungry. And I'm looking around. I feel a scuttling by my feet, by my ankle, and I look down, and there's Gwen, my little cat. What have you gotten into, Gwen? Hi. Pick Gwen up and put Gwen on the table. And Gwen is a Palace's cat. So for a reference, it's a small, about the size of a house cat, wild cat found in Nepal, Himalayas area. And super furry, super cuddly, but very standoffish to anybody but me. I rescued Gwen as a cub and raised her, and we are inseparable companions. She makes a pretty good house, mouse catcher when we're in the city.
I am pulling up the picture so people can see.
That's that furry. Furry.
Yes. Very tiny. All right. And then the server, Mila, is going to bring out the food for you guys.
Delicious.
And yeah, so Avorie, are you going to do any of the competitions today?
I am. I'm not telling you which ones, though.
Oh.
You'll have to find out for yourself.
I was thinking about maybe doing the goat milking contest, because that just sounded like so much fun. And
who the heck would want to milk a goat in a competition? Who would want to do that? Why? Do you want to get kicked in the head like last year? You just want to get kicked in the head like last year. I see.
You know what? That was a total fluke, and that little goat was such a biatch, and it will not happen again. I talked with my mom, and she reminded me of how to do it properly. So,
well, maybe I'll stop by and get some pointers, so next year I can beat you in the goat milking competition.
Good luck with that. All right, so she gives you guys your breakfast. It's this big platter with bacon, various types of sausages, a whole bunch of scrambled eggs, and she puts down a carafe of calf and gives each of you a little mug, and of course silverware is already there. And as you guys start to eat, we are going to go over to the halls of the academies. So one of the dragon academies has a branch here in the northern part of Malkir. And at this point, Shainale, would you like to describe your character, please?
Mm-hmm. So Shainale is of the Sea Folk. She is kind of on the tall side, so about 5'9" or so. She has a almost completely bald head, except for a sort of mohawk that runs all the way to the back of her head. There's with the black curly hair, and then she has tattoos. Sort of snaking up her arms and all the way up her chest, and then sort of up the back of her head. She's dark skin, very dark eyes. She wouldn't have any weapons with her right now. I think right now she's just wearing, I think, very comfortable sort of pants. She really likes blues a lot of blues and purples. And so she's kind of just, I think, sitting at one of the tables in the in the academy. And that's Shainale.
Awesome. So as you're eating breakfast there, you have just arrived in town yesterday morning, correct? And so you've settled into the academies. They've given you a dorm room, but you don't know anybody yet. The student who showed you around is kind of curt, rude, and just obviously focused on his academics. So as you're eating, what are you eating for breakfast? What does your morning fare look like?
I think she's eating like probably a boiled egg or something like that. She tried to get, would there be like fish and stuff here available?
It's yes, because but it's different fish. So you're used to saltwater fish from the ocean. Yeah. There's going to be things like trout that are from the lake. So they definitely have a different flavor profile than you're used to.
So I think Shainale requested some fried fish, and they looked at her like she was crazy because she was like, salted fish. I don't understand. That's, this is a breakfast food with a little bit of bread and whatnot. And she's sitting there sort of, she's taken a bite and she's sort of chewing it, and she kind of sighs and is like, okay.
Yes, it's definitely not a breakfast fare that the Borderlanders are used to. So they did have some fish. It took a while to get it to you because they had it packed in the cool box, preparing it for dinner. So they quickly had to clean it. They definitely didn't get all the bones out. So and they just sauteed it up real quick in a whole bunch of butter, and that's not how it's normally prepared for you.
No, there's no hint of like salt water, and she's sort of like, okay, and she's just kind of like, she's doing that thing where you cut it up into smaller pieces so that it seems like you've eaten it. And she's just like looking around and making sure, because she doesn't want to offend anyone. She knows they went through a lot of trouble, but she's like cutting it up into smaller pieces, and it's just like eating the egg and the bread, and it's enjoying that, but it's like keeps looking at the fish like, okay. Okay.
Might have to go talk to the cook and teach him how.
She's gonna have to do like a mini cooking lesson, how to cook saltfish 101.
And at this point, a tall gentleman enters the room in the robes of the masters of the academies. His robes are a very dark blue. It's almost black. They're very flowy. Typical academic, and he's got a very angular face and dark hair, wire-rimmed glasses, and he looks down at his paper and he goes, Shainale din the Togara, and Olvon Dagaem.
So Shainale kind of like pauses in like mid-mouthful and is like, and swallows and is like, could it possibly be Shainale that you're looking for?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, it could be Shainale.
That would be me. I am Shainale, and pleased to meet you. And you are.
Right. I am Master Hollis Olpe, and I will be your coordinator for your internship here. And so So if
Very
you will,
nice.
Do we have the Olvon here anywhere? Oh, I guess he hasn't come in yet. Oh, typical. It was those kids from Tier never make it on time. So yeah, I wonder if Master Red just forgot about it. I wonder if Master told him anything. you know the people from Tier how they are, right?
Yeah, I know. Absolutely, I know. Yeah. She doesn't know. She's very much like she's like doing that thing, like she's just like laughing and like yeah, I know what you mean.
Well, regardless, so it's you and this other kid from one of the academies that, the ones out in Tier, like I said, that have the honor of doing this internship here in the outposts of Malkier. We will be working on the many dragons throughout this entire month-long internship, and who knows, maybe we could get you a job with the Aludra Fire Stick Company after this. Well, many of my students have gone on to some of her more illustrious workings and doing inventions for that company.
I am looking forward to it.
So tell me, why are you interested in this internship?
It's something new. It's something different.
Not many words. I like it because I like to talk a lot. So let me show you around a little bit, and then unfortunately, we have a new king now, and today's a holiday. We were supposed to start the internship, but we are just not going to be starting today. Feel free to go about the town. There is a carnival in town. We've got many celebrations going on because it's the second king, I guess the third king, technically. King Lan was the first king, and then King Bulin was the second king. Yeah, thank you. I love it when people laugh at my jokes. There's festivities going on all throughout the town all day. There's we're all on holiday, and just make sure, I'm sure that they explained to you when you got here last night that students of the academy report to the Black Owl's barracks in case anything goes wrong. So it's very safe here. We don't very frequently have problems, but it is we're on the outskirts of the wilderness, and who knows what happens. But just in case, the barracks of the Black Owl is where you go. If you hear the bells or any alarms, go straight there. It's very easy to find. So out here, you take a left, and then you go across the boulevard, cross the bridge from the center of the town, you take a right, and then it's in the northernmost corner. Very easy to find.
Great.
Very, very easy to find.
Excellent.
So, yeah. You had breakfast. Is there anything else you need? Did you get checked in okay yesterday? You have a room. You got everything set up. Anything else you need? No? Okay, cool. All right. Well, I'm going to go talk to the mayor because, she's a big fan of mine. She invited me to accompany her all day long. You're so lucky to have me as your representative master here.
Yeah. I am. That's true.
Well, it was very nice to meet you. And he's a little bit taller, so he's gonna pat your head and then walk away, very condescendingly.
And so as he's walking away, Shainale is like, "The fuck was that?" And just kind of looks around to see if anyone there's no one else there, and she's just like, "Okay, I need to get out of here." And so she's just gonna I guess, since there's nothing, because there are no studies happening today, the internship hasn't started yet, and so she's gonna try and find her. Can she walk with her plate of food? Can she walk and eat?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. She's gonna take her plate of food, and she's gonna start sort of strolling and look for sort of a very a kind of corner, and subtly try and scrape the fish off of her plate into if there's like like something, she's not going to litter. If there's like a trash can or something like that she can sort of covertly put it into.
It's definitely a cafeteria style where you know, it's a dorm. It's so think colleges where you've got a bigger dining hall. They will bring the food to you, but you're expected to clean up after yourself afterwards. So there's, you know, little trash bins with the tray where you could put the plates, and then the utensils are next to it. And
so she's gonna scrape off the fish, and she's just gonna leave with the rest of the plate with the bread and the egg still on it, and just be like snacking as she walks, and just leave the cafeteria and start heading out into, I guess, the main, you know, sort of the town, and start, because she didn't really get time to look around before. She kind of just came and went into her room, and that was it last night. So
you arrived late evening by means of traveling, and were met at the traveling grounds and escorted straight to the dormitories for the academies, which are located on the New Hope lakeside lake fortress. So as you didn't, because it was dark, you didn't really get to see a lot last night. It was very well lit because it is still the borderlands, and so they make sure that they minimize any possibility of shadows. And so you were able to see the buildings, but you weren't able to see the surroundings. So as you walk out, you are just awestruck. You have never seen any scenery like this. There are the mountains looming up, surrounding where you are, and crusting down into the valley. And it is a large lake that the fortress town is on. This town is out in the middle of the lake and has built out. And there are the buildings on their individual pylons with large walkways around them, with major wooden bridges connecting the walkways. So you're able to head out. There's on the New Town side, or the New Hope side, is where there's a lot of the government buildings. Some of the more affluent residents live and work there. The way that the town is set up is the shops, everything is on the bottom. So the commercial part is on the bottom floor of these buildings. And then the residential houses, whether they be like apartment style houses, or if you're rich and you can actually afford to live, like take up the whole 2-3 floors above it, that's where people live. So as you walk around, you'll see a variety of stores. Everybody's got flowers in their windows. They've got floral bouquet wreaths surrounding the doorways, and there's just an air of celebration.
And she's just kind of like walking and just sort of like looking around and scoping things out, and like is just continually amazed that people wear so many clothes here. Like there's like the layers that people wear here. She's like, it just must be uncomfortable. Oh well. It's just gonna go for a stroll, scope things out.
There we go. So is there anything you're looking for in general? You're just scoping it out?
No, I think she's just kind of, I think she's just scoping it out. I think she's just looking to see if anything interesting catches her eye, or anyone interesting. I think she's looking to see if she can find anyone else who's potentially there, like who looks like a student, maybe, or anyone. Yeah, I think just anyone interesting, anyone who doesn't, I don't know, anyone who looks like they don't belong, because she doesn't belong there, and she feels very, I think, self-conscious, and so she's looking for, I think she would look for other people who may not belong there too.
Yes, and so because this is a fairly large trade post. There are a lot of people there. They are mostly dressed in the borderlander clothing, but you do see a couple of other folks that are probably in town. They're merchants. There's not a lot of students out quite yet.
Okay.
You would have noticed at breakfast that most of the students, there weren't a lot of kids awake. Kids awake at the time. They're taking advantage and actually sleeping in,
Right.
enjoying the day off. So there you do not see any other sea folk around. So there's nobody dressed quite like you. They're not in the bright colors of the sea folk.
Okay.
At this point, we are going to switch back to Ertum. So you were able to find a inn in the. You specifically wanted to stay in Hopetown, or did you want to try to get an inn in New Hope?
I was probably I'd probably start with the maybe cheaper parts of the city because I brought my entire life savings with me, which haven't been a lot because I have been stuck in the let's just say less savory parts of the military jobs of my life. So they don't pay very well. So I've had to keep as much. I have to keep as much saved up as possible until I can find a new position in life. So I will try to keep it as cheap as possible in terms of an inn.
Right. So as you're walking in the streets of Hopetown, there's a section of the town where there are a lot of inns, and one that might pique your interest. It's not something that's very common over in the Shanchan rule lands of the Western Bloc. But it's an inn called the Dragon's Fang and has the Dragon's Fang drawn on the sign outside. And it's just not common in the Shanchan lands because they don't really like to associate with the Dragon Reborn. They know that he was the savior of the world. But he is definitely more of a feature of the Eastern Bloc nations. So it's kind of something new that might interest you if you wanted to check that place out.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Just for the purposes of curiosity, I was like, all right, let's just go inside. What is it do I see inside as soon as I step in?
So as you walk inside, it's wooden floors, wooden walls. The common room is where you walk into immediately, and it's a little bit empty for the morning. Something that you wouldn't necessarily expect, but all of the servers walking around seem to be dressed up in feast day clothing. And there's just an air of joviality, in spite of the fact that the place is kind of empty.
I look for the first person that looks like the innkeeper to see about getting a room. All
right. So you'll see a very rotund gentleman.
That's good.
Walk out, and he'll see that you have your traveling clothes on, and he'll waddle over to you, be like, sir, welcome to the Dragon's Fang. Would you like breakfast, or is there anything else I could help you with?
Yes, do you have a room for me? It'd probably be for about, I would probably say a week.
Yes, you are in luck. We have one room left. I'm innkeeper Sabir, and so 1 week, you say?
Yes, 1 week. Hopefully not more than a week, but 1 week.
All right, I'm sure we can accommodate you. You are so lucky that we have a room left. With the holiday going on today and all the celebrations, people have come in from out in the wilderness to celebrate and take part in all the festivities.
Now, question: is this also a celebration that's taking place in Shanchan, or is this not only taking place in the
only
Eastern Bloc?
in Malkier? So you probably
only in Malkier. Okay. Okay.
Or in the territories of the borderlands.
Okay.
So
I need to go let a dog out. I'm very sorry. She is insistent. I'll be right back.
It wouldn't
yes,
be easy if you had to didn't have to take a break to let a dog out.
100.
Yes, what is it that's going on actually?
Well, our king Bukama unfortunately passed away earlier this month, and his second son, Telio, it was the great lords cast the rods, and he will be coronated today. So all the territories of the borderlands are celebrating our new king, and we're just so happy that we're having the succession. Queen Nynaeve is also celebrating. She came back from the White Tower, and she's down in the Seven Towers having her grandson coronated.
When he says Queen Nynaeve, I just kind of get this uncomfortable, and White Tower, I just kind of get this uncomfortable shift on my shoulders. Oh, that is congratulations on your new ruler. The room.
Oh, sorry, I was getting carried away. Yes. So he'll take you to some stairs off to the right and up to the third floor, where it's definitely smaller rooms. He's eyeing you up a little bit, up and down. It's like, okay, you're gonna put him in one of the twin size rooms. Shows you in. So the washroom is at the end of the hallway. Here, there's a nice built-in closet, so it kind of takes up the entire side of one of the walls. There's a twin size bed tucked up in the corner. It's very clean, so it's a well kept inn, but definitely not fancy at all. Very basic. You've got a pitcher for water, and a individual sink.
Okay. It's like, well, this is bigger than my last place. And I just make this fake laugh.
Excellent. Glad we could accommodate you here. Well, so if you the most of the town is off today, there will be some of the shops are open. Some of them are, some of them aren't. So you'll just have to wander around. But you should I'd recommend heading into New Hope and going to partake in the festivities. There's a whole bunch of different contests you can possibly partake in, like arm wrestling. There's a shooting. So the Ludra's Fire Stick Company has a whole bunch of their new weapons that you can test, or you could bring your own if you have it. But there'll be a strongman contest. There'll be storytelling contests. We've got some gleemen who have come in to tell some of the famous tales of our borderlanders and our goings on here in the wilderness, as well as things from the Third Age, some of those old stories.
Yeah, yes, the Third Age. Yeah, how much for the rooms? For the room?
It'll be 10 silver piece a night.
Oh, okay. And as I dig into my coin pouch, I pull out. I can't remember how and I count out a couple of gold pieces that are pressed with the Shanshan Raven on one side, and who's the current ruler of Shanshan right now? Is it just whoever the current ruler of Shanshan is right now?
Emperor Dirksen.
All right, wherever Emperor Dirksen looks on the other, and I just put it in their hand, and just kind of as if I'm waiting for change.
Oh wow! Don't see many Shanshan pieces here. Well, if you get settled in and come down, and I'll have your change ready for you. This will keep you for the week. This is great. And breakfast is included, so feel free. We normally serve breakfast from 6 a.m. until 10 a.m. And then we got to clean up the common room and get it ready for the lunch crowd. And then dinner is served here nightly. Our cook is great, always able to get some of the freshest meat coming in from the hunters. In some of the he knows all the farmers, so we usually we've got our first fresh crop of vegetables and fruits that have come up. So it's a great week to celebrate. Great time to be here in Malkier and New Hope.
That's fantastic. Can you also point me in the direction of the, what are they called? We don't have them in our land. The Black Owls?
The Black Owls. Yeah. So their barracks are in New Hope. So you just go across that bridge, and they do have outposts on each of the corners of New Hope. So what are you looking for? Anybody in particular, or?
No, I just wanted to see about maybe getting hired with them. Thank you very much. And as I'm like kind of grabbing the door, just kind of like, I just need you to fucking leave. Like, dude, I just need the room. Go away.
All right. So are you gonna rest? Are you gonna what is
like, yeah, I just kind of close slightly the door on him so that way I can get settled. And I just like, at 10 silvers a night, I could have just stayed at the city. God damn it. And as I kind of look at the room, it really isn't much bigger than the location that I had before in Ibudar. I was always given the smallest room in the barracks. I was always put aside, so I'm very comfortable in this room. And as I start unpacking everything, like my bag has no anything personalized. It's just basic clothes. Like, it's just a bedroll. Like, I could probably pack everything in and out in minutes and be gone, and you wouldn't even notice. And as I kind of look at, is there a window in this room, or is it just like it's in the attic and there's
no really small window?
Okay. If I look out the window, what is it do I see across the city?
So your window is facing basically to the next building across the street. But you will be able to
Great
look up
view.
because you are on the top.
Not even
Great
a
view.
garden view.
Great view.
So, but you can look up just over the top building. There's like a little bit of scenery of these majestic mountain ranges. And Ibudar's hilly, but you've never seen anything like when you walked out of the ways this morning. It was breathtaking.
Yeah,
just a completely stunning view. And so you get just the slivers of the tops of the mountains, and there's a little bit of clouds just floating around the peaks of the mountains.
and I just look up at that, and I just say, "Oh, in the light, does anything like that exist?" Maybe there's some horse racing around. And I was like, leave and go out, just go down the stairs and just thinking, feeling my bag going, God damn it. Or Cardiac, damn it.
Hey, so are you gonna stay at the inn? Are you gonna go?
No, I'm gonna go explore. I'm gonna head towards the New Hope. I'm gonna head towards New Hope and towards the barracks. And just kind of meander my way towards there, because it is morning time-ish essentially still, right? So I'm not pressed to get there, but I do want to do that today.
All right. As you head across the bridge, there are guards there that will be keeping an eye. They're being very vigilant. And they will periodically holler out, "Don't forget to report if there's an alarm." So keep vigilant. keep aware.
And I kind of like okay, and I turn to the guy, guy next to me. What do they mean?
Ah, I see you're new in town. Well, so just so you know, if there's an alarm, there's every able body is expected to report to a location. If they didn't assign you one, then what I would recommend is just report to one of the Black Crow barracks. I think most of the visitors report to the one in the northern corner of the town.
Oh, okay. Is it to protect ourselves? What I really I do
Well,
not
it's just in
understand.
case of emergencies. We're out here all by ourselves, and even though we do have a couple of Aes Sedai in the town that help out in situations, and actually I do believe we have one of the Ashaman here as well. But it's just all hands on deck. It could be anything from a Trolloc raid to fires to who knows what else. Welcome to the Borderlands.
And I just kind of like mouth the word Trolloc. Like, okay. Like that's a weird what? A Trolloc. That's no myth. Like, what do you mean Trolloc? Like, oh, okay. Well, thank you very much. And I just, as I head so into the city, I'm like, well, it's in the northern part of the city. I'll go there.
All right, so we'll pop over to Avorie. I'm gonna get that right. I swear to God.
I had to be difficult.
So you had a delightful breakfast, and that grease is totally soaking up that leftover alcohol. You're hydrated now with a bunch of calf, so it was nice, strong. Chef really knows that you black owls want your coffee, your calf strong. So like she knows. And so what are you planning on doing? Are you going to hang out with Asen and Cabrit? Are you going to go take a nap? You're going to...
No, I think I want to get up, stretch my legs. I've shaken off what might have been the remnants of a hangover. Starting the caffeine has kind of moved it away. And I've found that the more active I am, the morning after I might have had a little bit too much drink, the better off I am. So I decided to go out and take a look at how the festival's shaping up. And of course, I'm going to bring Gwen with me. So I say bye to my very hungover compatriots. They're still like real stagnant looking. So I'm gonna head out of the mess hall, and
Asen's head is just straight on the table right now, and Cabrit is still fucking around with him.
So I yelled at them, "Get your hangovers gone so we can do this again tonight." Because the real party's going to be tonight.
Yeah.
Bye, boys.
All right. So you head out into town, and this is your stomping grounds. You pass through here very frequently as one of your major stops in your patrolling routes as one of the Black Owl Wardens of the Northern Territories. Is there anything you're looking to do in particular? You're just walking around?
I think I'm just walking around, just checking out I'm assuming, are there like shopkeepers who are putting things out on display for the festival?
Yeah, so a lot of the shopkeepers have kept at least one of their employees on to keep the stores open, knowing that specifically in New Hope is where the vast majority of the festivals are. So this is an opportunity for people to come in and buy. There's a lot of people in from the who homestead out in the wilderness. So they've come in for the celebrations and are just like, everybody's dressed in their feast day clothes. So everybody's got on their nicest digs, and it's just an air of complete celebration. There's been a lot of the taverns have little stands out in front where you can get some quick like hand pies or food on a stick, like kind of shish kebab type things. There's shopkeepers have samples of, you know, their clothing or their silverware, you know, whatever it is that they're selling. So they do have little stands out front as well and are welcoming people in. Some of the nicer places are offering some very nice Geldian wine for anybody who wants to come in and possibly shop. So, and I see Geldian red.
Okay, so I'm gonna start walking down the street, and I'm specifically looking for a new pair of boots. Like, I have a really good, well-worn pair of boots, but they've been resold so many times they basically can't anymore. So I'm kind of looking around. I know where the good cobbler is, but I don't want to go to the good cobbler. I want to go to the second best cobbler. So the second best cobbler is down this little side street. And I'm not sure if he's open today. So I see a couple of people who I recognize. Hi. Happy Malkieri Day.
Happy Malkieri Day. Happy Coronation Day. Yes.
Happy Coronation Day. Light be with you.
And with you too. Hey, are you gonna do the shooting contest later?
You know
awesome.
I'll be there.
I'll make sure to come watch you. I heard the Ludra Fire Stick Company is gonna be testing some of their new guns.
I'll try it out, but you know, nothing can beat my handy dandy longbow. We'll see though. I'm always willing to try out the new toys. So Gwen has been in my arms and decides to jump out. Something catches Gwen's eye and Gwen scampers off. But I know Gwen's going to be fine because Gwen just doesn't ever get into any trouble. Well, gets into trouble, but is able to also get out of trouble.
I feel like Gwen's very familiar with New Hope and knows how to get back. She's definitely a favorite of the town whenever you guys pass through.
So if we move off of like the main thoroughfares, the main avenues of like where the major progressions are going, are the side streets just as busy, or are they kind of?
They're not quite as busy because they're not quite as wide, and those stores are. It's 50-50 as to whether they're open. They're still nicely decorated. Like, obviously people are trying to, regardless of whether they're open or not, they do want to show how proud they are to be a member, you know, in the territories of the Borderlands, Malkier specifically. And, you know, it's such a great day. They are celebrating how great a king King Bulin was, and they want to honor him, but also honor his son, who is also much beloved throughout the territories.
Okay. So I turn down the side street. There's still quite a bit of traffic. And then I see my favorite second best cobbler shop. And is this cobbler shop open?
The cobbler is just walking out. So her name is Carlotta. And she sees you and she's like, "Are you looking for me?"
Hello. Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
I was just about to head out, but I haven't seen you in forever. So how about you come on in? And is Gwen with you?
Gwen is off somewhere. I'm sure Gwen will make herself known if she wants to.
Well, you know what? I always keep a little bit of milk, especially on holidays like this. I always hope you come by so I can. You know, if she pops in, I'll pour a little goat's milk. And do you want some calf or some tea?
I actually love a cup of tea, thank you.
All right. I also have some apple brandy that was brought up for the Two Rivers just for this, that I was, you know, saving to celebrate later. Just, you know, have a couple people over. If you want to come by. Yeah, you know that Two Rivers apple brandy.
Maybe I'll just take a little tiny bit of that brandy in my tea.
Ooh, girl. See, this is why we are friends. So tell me what you have been up to. When did you get back in town? I haven't seen you in
We've
forever.
been back. We've been back for about a fortnight. Been the wilds out there. There's some strange stuff going on, and
I've been hearing so many rumors. And is it true that they are forming like all these people who just like disappear off their homesteads? Are they just forming like a commune out there and doing some wild, crazy stuff?
if they are, we haven't found any evidence of that yet.
Man, I was really hoping that rumor was true because, if they are having a party commune, that is where I want to be, girl.
I don't know if you want to really spend much time outside the gates of the city. It can be pretty rough riding out there.
I know, but a girl can dream. Maybe it'll all get cleared up by the time I retire and I can go off into the wilderness and, dance under the moonlight.
Live your best life, however you want to live it.
Right. So meanwhile, she's brought you back into like there's the shop is all down. The main floor is the front part of the building, and then she's got a little room in the back where she does all of her work. She's got stationed. She's got 2 employees, so she's not super well off, but she does well enough that she has employees. And of course, they're not there today. She's a very kind person. Closed down the shop because she wants to party and celebrate, and she wants her employees to party and celebrate. But she does have a little tea kettle, and she reaches up behind the tea, like pulls out. Shh, don't tell them that I have this here. I take a little sip on occasion. Why my work is so good. So creative. I get my best ideas when I'm putting this in my tea. So what can I help you with? Were you just coming by to say hi, or did you need something?
I actually am here to get a new pair of boots. Mine have been sold and resold so many times that I just don't think there's much saving them. So I'm here to see.
I'm happy to continue to resole those for you, but we can make those your 3rd pair of boots that you just wear on, not the fancy occasions like today. Yeah, come on. I know what your size is. So what are you looking for? A color? Are you looking for something specific?
I'm looking for something comfortable, neutral colored that's going to blend in the forest. These are going to be work boots. They're going to be used for patrolling. So, nothing super fancy.
All right. So you probably want a little bit of waterproofing on them.
Yes.
All right.
That's a must.
Well, here, try these. They are made out of worm hide. So yeah, we had a couple people that they have been harvesting those worms, and they really do. They just repel water so well. I don't have to do a lot. They are a little bit more on the pricey side, but this isn't quite as high quality as that other shop. But they will still work wonderfully. And so let me see. Here we go. I think these should fit you.
So Avorie sits down. I sit down and I take off my old boots and I put on the new ones.
And she is going to side eye those boots because they are very dirty.
I'm so sorry to bring the dirty boots in, but I just haven't had a chance to really clean up. And so they fit really well. They feel different because the leather's sturdier and thicker quality. These might actually be really good in the winter, but do you also have maybe another pair that I could get that are traditional, more like what I currently have?
Okay, yes. Well, let me see. Here you go. How about these? Try these on.
These are almost exactly kind of like the boots I already have. I love them. I was
trying to get you to do a little style difference, but I forgot.
I always fall back on what I know.
I know.
I think I'll take both of these.
All right. Well, do you want them now, or do you want to come by the shop and pick them up later?
I can take them now.
All right. So the total, that'll be 2 gold pieces for both of them.
Now, come on, Carlota.
All
We've
right.
known each other a long time.
All right. I'll give you, just for you, I'll haggle them down a little bit. So 1 gold piece and 10 silver pieces.
How about 1 gold piece for both?
Only if you promise to come by tonight to have some more apple brandy with me and you bring that adorable little cat of yours. I need to scratch her little head.
If I can find her, she is a creature of her own mind. If I can find her, I will bring her.
All right. If not, I'm going to charge you more for that apple brandy.
You've got a deal. And we shake on it. And I hand you a gold piece.
All right. And then she gives you the boots. And don't forget to come
So
back
I leave my old boots with her to resole so they can be, and I make arrangements to come back and pick them up
Okay.
next time I'm in town or whatever. So I put on the new boots that look like my old boots, and then I carry the wormhide boots in a pouch. I put them in a pouch that I've got with me.
Okay.
And exit the shop. Say bye to Carlota. Love the fact that one thing that I learned from my grandparents was the art of the haggle and the charm. One good thing left from my Kandori background.
Yes, and that's the only reason I didn't have you roll is because you, as a Kandori, you are a natural haggler and people just know not to mess around.
Exactly.
All right. So you go back into town. Shainale, you've been wandering around for a while. Some of the carnival activities are starting to pick up. Is there anything that might be piquing your interest? Or are you just gonna hang around?
I think so has Shainale heard of the different, like she's just sort of seeing it. Has she heard in advance of what could potentially be available?
You'll hear snippets of conversation as you walk by. Like everybody is talking about all these events in addition to again, just wishing each other well and on the celebrations. But yeah, so you've heard that there's arm wrestling competition going on later today. Also later is going to be the drinking contest. An eating contest is going to happen sooner rather than later. There'll be jousting out in New Hope because there's not enough room to set up a jousting ring here in out in Hopetown. In New Hope, there's just not enough room for horses to run at each other. That would be a very bad idea to try to do that in New Hope. There's going to something that you're like, what is goat milking? Who does that?
I don't know. Would Shainale have seen a goat before? I mean, she knows
you would.
One is.
Yeah,
she
you definitely know what goats are.
She's been ashore before, but
yes.
like not. I don't think she's been ashore extensively though. Like she's absolutely spent the majority of her life on on her
shipboard.
ship.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, she'd be like, I think she'd kind of like look confused hearing about goat milking because that's what. But the bottle tossing, she's like, that's interesting. I can get on board with that. And so I think she would try and find someone that looks friendly, but not like, because she had that experience with the person who just like would just talked, and that's a little bit too much for her. And so she wants to try and find someone who's friendly enough to give her answers, but not like intense,
At this point, a cat is going to come up to you, like a tiny little cat, and just start meowing and weaving its way between your legs, obviously looking for scritches.
And she looks down at it, and she's like, who is this magical creature? And she's going to crouch down and put her hand out very, very cautiously and give the cat a chance to sniff and investigate. And she's going to wait and see if it's okay to give scritches, because consent.
So let's do animal handling.
Animal handling. Is this the first roll?
This is the first roll of the game. Animal handling.
Oh my god. Okay, 1 second. Okay. But where is it? It's under attributes. Oh
Yeah.
my god. Animal handling. Okay. Let's see. Oh. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Oh no!
It's not good. It's not good. She's not being aggressive. She's not being aggressive.
Yeah, so you rolled a 5. And Beth, it's not showing on our chat here.
That's so weird.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, it just showed up.
I have to.
There's a delay.
Yeah, it did. My bad.
Yeah.
No,
so
I'm not letting you out again.
So
No.
you like go down, but you kind of trip a little bit. So like because you're just not used. These are not even planks like the on shipboard. So you're not used to the unsteadiness that is the walkways here. So you trip up a little bit, and this little cat goes running towards this woman carrying a pair of tucking boots into her satchel. And the cat is going to crawl up and like kind of circle around her head. And Avorie, is your hair down, or how's your hair?
I have very short pixie cut hair,
Okay.
so there's no hair. There's no hair.
Nuzzle up, kind of, to this woman's face.
And so Shainale is just like, no, I'm sorry, and she just and like it's moving to go after the majestic beast, and sort of like starts walking towards it, and then sees that it's obviously with its human, and she kind of stops and is like, oh, I'm sorry, I promise I didn't do anything. I'm just hello.
Hi. Oh, are you talking about Gwyn here? This troublemaker? This minx?
Yes. She was around at my feet, and I tried to say hello, and I was very bad at it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Gwen.
Well, the fact that she even approached you at all says something, because she's rather standoffish to people. She's a wild cat, and I found her when she was a cub and raised her. So she's not a normal cat that you would find. Okay. I'm Avorie, by the way.
I'm Shainale. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Shainale. And now, is Shainale wearing robes?
She's not wearing. Are there like specific study like robes that you wear when you are in like classes with the academies, or
no?
Like, would I know? No. Would I know that Shainale is a member of the academy just by looking at?
No, she wouldn't be wearing their so the students do not have any specific clothes, but give me a history check to see if you would recognize her sea folk garb.
Okay, and I'm having the same issue that I had before, where I cannot get the tokens, stuff to pop up. It's not here.
The bar thingy? Oh no.
The bar thingy is not here.
It should.
I got it. I had to click on players. I had to do it the long way. Okay, I got it. So we're doing a history check, you said?
Correct.
Yeah. Look at that.
Why isn't it showing?
I think there's a delay. I think there's a delay between it showing in boundary between showing on screen here.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you roll. So with your 16 history check, you've traveled extensively, so you would be able to recognize people from many nations. So you would very quickly identify Shainale as a sea folk.
Shainale, you're one of the sea folk, correct?
I am. Yes.
Athenmere, not two other one.
I know. I almost said it. I stopped myself. The Athenmere. Oh, is this your first time in New Hope?
It is. I've been ashore sometimes, but this is going to be my first extended period of time ashore. I was told there was water here, and she kind of looks. Can you see the lake, like the big lake from where we are right now?
Yes, you guys are on top of the lake, so you'll easily be able to look over and see the water beneath you. So all the houses are, for the most part, between 10 and 15 feet off the water. So just depending on how the house was built. And again, there's these large walkways that go between all of the buildings.
Okay. And so, she says, my sail mistress assured me that there was going to be water, and indeed there is water, but this is not what I am used to at all. I'm feeling a little bit out of my depth. And she kind of leans forward. My depth, like water. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's fine. Sorry.
I understand. I have seen the ocean. I am a member of the Black Owls, and I've pretty much spent my entire adult life patrolling the borderlands from here all the way west to the Aerith Ocean. So I've seen how amazing the ocean is. I know this isn't much to look at, but I do know that there is a bathhouse in town that specializes in saltwater bath. So I would gladly, I don't think they're open today, but I will gladly let you know where that is. And I don't even know what I would do if I was outside of my comfort zone. So I don't know if that would be beneficial to you or something that you know are interested in, but
yes, there's something, I miss the taste of salt in the air, if that makes sense. This is it's a very nice town. People have been very kind and friendly. But yes, I would very much appreciate directions to that bathhouse. If you would like to come with me, that would be acceptable. We can. I don't know anyone else here. Sorry if that's weird. But,
why are you in New Hope?
For studies. I'm here on an internship.
Oh, the academy. The academy.
Yes,
fantastic.
The academy.
I don't spend a lot of time in New Hope proper, but I do come back here rather frequently. I would say this is my home base, so to speak, when I'm not patrolling. I'm going to be here for at least the next 5 days. I will. Are you staying in the dorms at the academy, or do you have a place off? You are. Okay. So I'll gladly show you around New Hope City proper today. If you didn't know that there's a huge festival today, because
just one or two people have said a thing, it's
so
here and there.
It's the coronation of the new Malkiri king. So there's a huge celebration. Everybody's very excited. This is also around the time of an annual fair that we have. So there's lots of competitions going on. If there's money to be made, if you do like a wager, there's some money to be made if you're competitive. And meanwhile, this is all happening as we're walking down.
Oh yeah, I think we're doing a walk.
So like we're doing a walk and talk. We're having a walk and talk.
Having a walk and talk.
And so I see a meat pie vendor, and I still have a little bit of a sour stomach. It's not bad, but so I decide to get a meat pie, and I was like, "Would you like a meat pie?"
I would love one, please. I will. Let me get one for you. I'll get one for both of us.
Are you sure about that?
Of course.
I mean, you're brand new here. People know me. People know me here.
Oh, can you get one for free?
Possibly. Let me see what I can do.
Okay.
Wink, wink. So go up to the meat pie vendor. 2 meat pies, please.
Avorie, hi, and welcome back.
Hello, how are you? It's great to see you again.
Happy Coronation Day.
I know it might only be the once in our lifetime event.
I hope so. Because new King Telio is a nice youngin, so
may he live long and prosperously.
Yes, well, and his Aunt Elnor and his grandmother are both accomplished healers, even though Elnor is a red. I think they'll be able to keep him nice and healthy, just like King Bulin and King Lan before him.
Fingers crossed.
So what can I get you for today? We've got a whole bunch of fresh stuff straight out of the kitchen. We've got some more coming out if you want to wait for that.
Are they all beef? Are they all chicken?
We've got a mix. So there is the beef, there's the chicken, we've got some fish here, and there's a vegetable option.
So I look at Shainale and say, what kind of meat pie would you like?
My heart says fish, and I'm sorry, ma'am, mistress, I don't know your name.
Oh, me?
Yes.
Oh, well, that's so sweet of you. I am Celie.
Celie. It's very nice to meet you, Celie.
Very nice to meet you. You're just not around here.
The fish. No, I am from ocean. I'm from the sea. I'm one of the sea folk. I don't know why I said
very
ocean.
different
Sorry.
than this lake here.
Very different. And so I imagine the fish pies you have here, it's fresh water.
We just caught it. Got fish from the lake that got caught yesterday.
Okay. I think a beef pie sounds good. I don't think I've had one of those before, actually. That sounds tasty.
All right.
And I'll take a veggie pie. And I'll take another beef pie for Gwen here.
Oh, Gwen. I haven't seen her in forever. Well, that'll be 3 coppers.
So Celie, how about showing some of that Malkieri generosity?
Well, all right, we'll do it just for you.
I mean, you know Gwen does like to keep mice away from your stall.
She does, and I do appreciate that. All right. You know what? Just don't tell the boss, and I'll just give it right to you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Here, just take 2 copper for your trouble. And I hand her 2 copper.
Yeah, I am some new shoes from Carlota's, so
I was just there.
Oh, I did notice your boots are much cleaner than they normally are.
A girl's gotta be tidy.
Well, you do hard work, so that was not a judgment. I was just making an observation.
Hard work pays off.
Hard work does pay off.
Indeed.
So, well, and you don't work hard today.
No, we won't be working hard today. We won't be working hard today. Thank you so much, Celia. I hope you have lots of fun today, and don't work too hard, and sell
she's
out all
gonna,
your pies so
you
you
know, I
can.
will. As she kind of like adjusts a little bit, and like, you know, she's showing her best asset. She's got very large eyes.
Large, voluptuous eyes.
Yes, beautiful large eyes.
Some tickled eyes.
Tickled eyes. Okay. So so I hand the hand pie to Shainale, and we continue to walk.
Yeah, and you like
through the
scoop the
crowd.
insides out for one of them to feed
Yep,
up.
yep.
Yeah.
And
all right. At this point, Ertum, you kind of walked around Hopetown a lot, and you finally crossed over the bridge into New Hope proper. So, now that you've crossed over and like the festivities, just kind of like the ambiance is right there, right up in your face.
Mm-hmm.
So, are you gonna walk around? Are you gonna try to find something? Go get some food? Do some sort of maybe participate in one of the carnival games?
I do want some food. I was going to eat at the inn, but I did not want to be around that innkeeper. Like, they were just a little much. And so it was just like, yeah, no, it's okay. I'm going to go find, so I did leave. So I am a little hungry. And so, am I near any food stalls? What am I near?
Yeah, there's food stalls just every couple
Everywhere.
of feet. So yeah, so there's at least one per block, and so you could easily cross any of the bridges, any of the walkways, and find food readily available. You don't even have to go inside because there are so many stands outside. Not just food, like there's all the different types of ware that shops are selling so everything, especially on the main thoroughfares, is out.
Okay. So I just buy the first like hot thing that's available and just kind of just walking around, and I just kind of run across the first carnival game that's just available to me, which is what?
So for you, there is an arm wrestling stand set up, and they're just going through. So it's one of the ends has a table set out in front of them, and there's two tables where they're just pulling people in from the crowd to arm wrestle with each other.
Who do I see that's arm wrestling right now? What do they look like? What are they struggling?
So there's a bit of a crowd gathering around, and there is this very large man. He's got a gray beard. It's black with gray streaks through it, and he's wearing a cape. So he's thrown it over one side, and the other arm he has up ready to go. And he's competing against a man of similar stature, but much younger. And the crowd is like obviously cheering, and they seem to be cheering the older gentleman on a little bit more, saying like, "Come on, Massaro, you got it. Let's go, Massaro, kick his ass."
I start joining in with the Massaro chants because I'm there for the older folks.
And so they start. So the person counting down goes 3, 2, 1, slams the table, and you just see their arms tense up. And they're glaring at each other in the eye. They have to have their other hand on their hip, so like they can't grab anything. And they goes back and forth a little bit, and then you can see Massaro. He just like winks, and then smashes the younger gentleman's arm down, and the crowd goes wild. Like, yeah, Massaro! All right, senior.
Now, when I see this wink, am I suspicious of the wink, like as if like it's a sign of
Give
like?
me an insight check.
All right. There'd be a 17.
17. All right. So it's to you because you're very observant. You've kind of spent your life observing people, and it's clear that he was messing around with this younger kid, like letting him think that he had a chance.
Oh, okay.
So, feeding his ego a little bit before he just crushed his soul.
Okay. So it's not like he was like it was a like a put on in sense like he was it wasn't like like pro wrestling, right? Like it was already determined he was going to win. It was like he was like
so he's like you can see under his, so he's got a black shirt on.
Mhm.
Throws the cape back and you can just see he's jacked. He's got muscles rippling all the way through.
Okay. Are the carnival games just for fun, or is there something to win?
Some of them, there are prizes. So this one, you get the feeling is just people passing in and out. People are exchanging money. Like it's obvious that people are making bets on these folks. So the arm wrestling, though, is not for, at least at this time of day, is not for prizes. You did hear that the shooting contest is going to have a 10 gold piece prize.
Okay. Is Massaro saying anything?
He's just shaking everybody's hands. It's obvious that he's very well known and liked by the people in the population.
Okay. I think I go up to him. I mean, like, you are very, very good at that.
Thanks, son.
Like, are you? Are you a local? You seem to be a local celebrity.
Oh, well, tell by your accent you're not from around here. Is that a Ibudari?
You very good. Yes, I am from Ibudar. I just came into the city.
Nice. Well, welcome. Yes, I'm the senior warden here with the Black Owls.
That is fantastic. I'm actually looking for the Black Owls.
Oh, well, come to the right place. I'm on leave today, but come find me tomorrow at the northern barracks. So just go to the northern corner and you can't miss us.
Okay, fantastic. I will look for you. Massaro, correct?
Massaro, yes. Gara Massaro.
Fantastic. I will ask for you directly.
All right, and he's gonna walk off.
Huh. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, just like, well, and I'm just kind of standing around, just like looking around. No one's paying attention to me. I'm like, well, all right. What do I do now?
All right, we're looking for 2 more contestants for this table. So I wonder if anybody can help us beat that entertainment of the wonderful Gara Massaro. And the crowd goes wild.
I'll do it. And
Come on up. What's your name?
My name is Ertum Salineos.
Ertum. All right. And then another guy, big dude, like twice the size of Gara, sits down.
And I put my hand out.
He's just gonna throw a pen at you, apparently. He's gonna sit down and just put his arm out. He's not even gonna like shake your hand or anything.
Well, all right then. And I put my hand down as well. Now, like, I'm not like a big guy, right? I'm just like a medium built. Like, it's not like I'm overly imposing. So I slap my hand into his hand.
And people, you can hear people in the crowd starting to pass money back and forth. Like, oh yeah, no. I wonder how this is gonna go. So the way we're going to do it, it's going to be an athletics check.
Okay.
And so just roll. We're going to do a contested roll. And we're going to do this 3 times. So to see how it starts off. Oops. I guess it helps if I like actually roll a d20.
No, we'll take that one.
All right. So yes, you rolled
A 6.
6. All right. So you start off and he just immediately leans in and growls, and he's got you about a third of the way down on your side.
Okay.
So and are you gonna trash talk or anything?
Nope. I just.
And he's just and he's his lips are peeled back and he's just gritting his teeth really hard.
What is it with these rolls? What the fuck?
Oh boy.
You're getting all the bad rolls out now.
Right?
Right, so you got a 4 on
now.
your second roll, and he got a 7. So he's able to get you down just a little bit further.
All right.
Come on, big money, no way.
Big one. Well, let's try this.
And then one last roll. Again, with my inability to hit. Click the D20. I'm a
Oh, that's better.
All right. So he got a nat 1 on that. You can't make this up. So as he's like glaring at you, you're able just to muster a little bit of like, there's no way I can lose right now. Like in front of the crowd, and you're able to slam his arm down. And you win. And the crowd just like loses their mind. The one guy who was betting on you just makes a ton of money off of that.
Let's go.
Love it.
Yeah, he puts
Love
his
it.
arm around you. So for those of us who have been watching, will recognize this as Kabrit, who is also wearing a very similar outfit to what Masara was wearing, but just with simpler collar icons. Doesn't have the cape, but he is dressed in black. Again, similar-ish to what Masaro is wearing. Like, hey, bud, man, I'm hungover, but that was so worth it.
Oh, well, thank you for betting on me. Apparently, you're the only one.
Well, I appreciate it. Can I buy you breakfast or lunch or I can't believe that I just won. I just felt bad for you.
I've already eaten, but I wouldn't mind an ale.
Well, so you guys, so this is an inn. So you guys just pop on inside. You sit down at a table. He just waves, puts up 2 fingers. It's very obvious that he's a local here. And the bartender brings over 2 large frothing ales in nice pewter mugs.
They come in pints. Okay.
Yeah, only the best. Oh man, hair of the dog. Cheers, my friend. Cheers. Where are you from?
I am from Ibudar.
Well,
Yes, from the West Block.
Yeah, you're from the Western Bloc nation, so we don't get many of you Shan here. It's a couple past through on occasion. We had a calf dealer the other day that brings in fresh supply of calf. They got to keep us supplied over at the barracks. We drink a lot of calf, especially after nights like last night. Oh,
I can't think of it. I'm dying. A calf dealer, a traveling calf dealer. That's just too. That's just. Yes, we do a lot of business with calf across the borders. Yes, no, I have now decided to become a black crow.
Really? You're joining?
Yes,
I'm a black crow.
Black Owl.
I can tell.
Ow! God, why do I keep saying crow? Thank you.
Black Owl.
Because it's a
Because
musical group.
Well, then you also sent me saying a black crow.
I think I said, yeah, no, it's supposed to be owl. I keep saying black crow. I don't know why.
Yeah.
So every time I say crow, just mentally substitute owl. Because obviously I'm a professional and I know exactly what my notes say.
Meant to a black. Oh no, owl, a black owl.
Yeah, it's,
Hoot, hoot.
They're both birds of prey. It's confusing.
Indeed.
Hoot, hoot.
Hoot, hoot.
Yeah, well,
That's the call sign too. Hoot hoot.
Yeah, so he just starts making those hoo-hooing noises, and you hear like a couple of other people in the bar, like you'll just hear hoo-hoo, hoo-hoo. And then from outside, there's a couple people, like it starts rippling down through the crowd. Avorie, you're gonna hear it eventually. Like you're gonna hear a whole bunch of hoo-hooing.
Mm-hmm.
Do you hoo-hoo?
And like Shainale looks at
I look
Avorie.
at Shainale and say, "It's a
Are
thing.
you?
It's a thing.
Okay.
You'll understand if you're here long enough. You'll understand. I would try to explain it to you, but you'll just get it someday."
Okay. I have no choice but to trust you.